about children of a lesser god. Extraordinary, powerful, significant, great motion picture. Marlene Matlin has won the Oscar for her interpretation, Best Actress in a Leading Role, as Sarah, acting with William Hurt, one of the best performances ever. Also winner of the Oscar, but not for this movie, for A Kiss of a Spider Woman. It's mentioned, noted on at our blog. A film about people who can't talk. They are the children of a lesser god. Perhaps, probably, generally, we can think of those who have less, of those with disabilities when watching this movie. For although James, aka William Hurt, is very close to them, he has a wonderful, splendid, stellar education and chooses to work with people with challenges, but still, even he, non-discriminatory as he is, involved with this community, willing to help, even he somehow feels like he tries to make them different, which is, I would say, at the core, if not at the core, part of the conflict with Sarah. They will engage in a relationship. She's not a student. He's there, very engaged with his students, trying to make them say some words, to communicate through other means than sign language, which he knows. This is love. We're learning. One thing is we're learning some of those signs. Fuck is one. He says this is the first one he learned when Sarah is telling him to fuck off. They're quite antagonistic to begin with. Then they fall for each other and they get intimate. She works at this special school. I'm not sure if I should say special, but anyway, who's listening, by the way? Who's talking here? They reach a zenith, a climax, literally and figuratively, physically and spiritually. But then they fall again, only to reach another zenith, a higher point. I'm not sure. It's also about relationships in general. One thing which is tempting to say, I'm tempted to mention, and if I am, that's how it works, I'm mentioning it, is the idea that we should compare with ourselves with others who have less. That's one. Potolește-te. He's destroying the enclosure, if allowed. He is a child of a lesser god. In that he's never satisfied. That's what I mean here. Not that he doesn't talk. He does say hello and other things, and his own language, of course. The rule would be, in one of its versions, would be, do not compare yourself with others. H.L. Mencken said that wealth is having $100 more per month than your wife's sister's husband, something like that, because that's the way it works. We compare with others. Indeed, tests have shown that we would rather, on the whole, exceptions, but on the whole, we would rather have something like, the figures are beyond me, but to give you an idea, we would rather have $80,000 maybe $100,000 a year in a in a in a scenario where the others have 80, then have more, $140,000, where others have 160. So we would rather have less, but more than others, than have much more in a place where the others can show a better car, or I don't know. We compare with others, and that's a source of unhappiness, of frustration, and jealousy. Another version is compare with the poor, with those who have less. So I was thinking about this, even if it's a mistake. That's why I hesitated in mentioning it, because it looks like, oh, so I think I'm better than them, and indeed we're not. It's a question of having and being. Difference between having and being. Material and other things do not come into the equation so much. I mean, they're at one point irrelevant in terms of being happier. And many, especially the hero and the protagonist, have more than the others in their silence. I mean, they're better people. That's the point. In fact, also one of the points, perhaps the main point of the motion picture. It's not oh, pity. No, it's not. It's not only that they have a sign language they use, but this situation has made them more resilient. It's more to say, but I have to. Okay.